Have you ever felt like you're carrying a heavy backpack that never gets lighter? Have you ever felt that no matter how hard you work, someone is always disappointed with you? Many of us spend our lives trying to make every person around us happy. We say yes when we want to say no. We smile when we are tired. We put our own dreams away just to help someone else with theirs. The truth is, trying to please everyone is like trying to catch the wind with your bare hands. It is impossible, and it leaves you feeling empty and lost. But there is a way to find your freedom. There is a way to live a life that is true to you, while still being a kind and good person. Today, I want to share a story about this very struggle. This is the story of a young woman named Elena. Elena was the kindest person in her village, but she was also the most tired. Through her journey, and a very special lesson from a wise old man, you will discover how to put down the heavy weight of other people's expectations. You will learn that the most important person you need to be honest with is yourself. Once upon a time, in a village nestled between green hills and a sparkling river, lived a young woman named Elena. Elena had a smile that was as bright as the morning sun. She was known by everyone in the village. If a neighbor needed help fixing a fence, Elena was there. If the baker needed someone to deliver bread in the rain, Elena said yes. If her friends wanted to talk for hours about their problems, Elena listened, even if she had not slept well. Elena's house was small and neat, but she was rarely in it. She spent her days running from one house to another. She was like a colorful butterfly that never landed. Everyone loved Elena, or so it seemed. They loved her because she never said no. She was the yes girl of the village. However, inside her heart, Elena did not feel like a bright sun. She felt like a candle that was burning out. Every time she said yes to someone else, she was saying no to herself. One evening, Elena sat by her small window. She wanted to paint. She loved colors and brushes. She wanted to paint the way the moon looked over the river. But just as she picked up her brush, there was a knock at the door. It was her neighbor, Mr. Thomas. He wanted her to help him organize his library. Elena was exhausted. Her back ached and her eyes were heavy. She wanted to stay home and paint, but the thought of disappointing Mr. Thomas made her stomach feel tight. She worried he would think she was selfish. She worried he would stop liking her. "Of course, Mr. Thomas," she said with a forced smile. She spent 4 hours moving heavy books. When she returned home, it was too dark to paint. She went to bed and cried quietly. This was her life. She was a servant to everyone's needs, but she was a stranger to her own heart. She felt invisible. She felt that people did not love her. They only loved the work she did for them. She was trapped in a cage made of yes. The next morning, Elena realized she could not go on this way. She had heard of a wise man who lived at the very top of the highest hill. His name was Master Silas. People said he knew the secrets of a peaceful heart. Elena decided to visit him. She began the long walk up the hill. The path was steep and rocky. As she climbed, she passed many people. One person asked her to carry a basket. Another asked her to deliver a message. For the first time, Elena looked down and said, "I am sorry. I am going to see the master." It felt strange and scary to say no. Her heart beat fast. She expected them to be angry. They looked surprised, but the world did not end. Finally, she reached the top. Master Silas was sitting under an old oak tree. He was watching the clouds. He looked very calm, as if he had all the time in the world. "Master Silas," Elena said, bowing her head, "I am so tired. I try to make everyone happy. I help everyone. I do everything they ask, but I am miserable. What am I doing wrong?" Master Silas looked at her with kind eyes. He did not answer right away. He pointed to a large, beautiful garden behind his house. "I have a task for you, Elena," he said. "If you complete it, I will give you the answer you seek." Master Silas gave Elena a very small clay cup. It was no bigger than a bird's egg. "In my garden," Silas said, "there are 1,000 different flowers. Each flower is different. Some need a lot of water, some need very little. Some are roses, some are lilies, and some are simple weeds. Your task is to keep every single flower perfectly watered and happy until the sun sets. But you must use only this tiny cup, and you must use the water from the well at the bottom of the hill." Elena looked at the tiny cup. Then she looked at the huge garden. Then she looked at the long path down to the well. "But master," she whispered, "that is impossible. The cup is too small. The garden is too big. The well is too far." "Try," Silas said simply. Elena began to run. She ran down to the well, filled the tiny cup, and ran back up. She poured the water on a bright red rose. Then she ran back down. Fill, run, pour. Fill, run, pour. After 1 hour, she was sweating. After 2 hours, her legs were shaking. She tried to water the lilies, but by the time she returned from the well, the rose was thirsty again. She tried to water the daisies, but the sun was hot, and the water evaporated before it even touched the soil. She began to panic. She tried to move faster. She tripped and spilled the water. She started to cry. She looked at the 1,000 flowers. Many were wilting. No matter how fast she ran, she could not satisfy them all. She was one person with one tiny cup. She dropped the cup and sat on the ground, sobbing. "I can't do it," she shouted. "It is not fair. I am dying and the flowers are still thirsty." Master Silas walked over to her. He picked up the tiny clay cup. "Elena," he said softly, "this garden is the world. The flowers are the people in your life. The water is your energy, your time, and your love. And this tiny cup, this is you." Elena looked up, her face wet with tears. "You are trying to water 1,000 flowers with a single cup," Silas continued. "You run yourself to death trying to reach every corner of the garden. But look at the flowers. Because you are trying to give to everyone, you are giving almost nothing to anyone. The rose only got a drop. The lily is dry. And you are broken." Elena listened, her heart heavy with the truth. "You think that by saying yes to everyone you are being kind?" Silas said. "But true kindness requires strength. You cannot give what you do not have. If your own well is dry, you have nothing to offer." "But what do I do?" Elena asked. "The flowers will die if I don't water them." "Some flowers are not yours to water," Silas said. "Some flowers have their own rain. Some flowers belong to other gardeners. And most importantly, you must first water the flower that is right here." He placed his hand over Elena's heart. Elena stayed with Master Silas for 3 days. She did not run. She did not help neighbors. She sat in the sun. She ate slowly. She listened to the birds. She realized that the world continued to turn even when she was not working. When she went back down to the village, she was different. A few days later, the baker asked her to deliver bread during her painting time. "I cannot do that today," Elena said clearly and kindly. "I am busy with my own work." The baker was surprised. He was a little annoyed, but he simply said, "Oh, okay. I will ask someone else." Elena went inside and painted. She felt a strange sense of peace. She was not a yes girl anymore. She was Elena. She started to choose which flowers she would water. She helped her best friend. She helped the elderly. But she stopped helping people who only wanted to use her. Over time, her life changed. She was no longer the most popular person for favors, but she became the most respected. People knew that when Elena said yes, she really meant it. She had energy again. Her paintings became famous because they were full of the life she had finally claimed for herself. The lesson of Elena's story is very simple, but very deep. You cannot pour from an empty cup. When you try to please everyone, you end up pleasing no one, especially not yourself. The burden of pleasing others is a heavy chain that keeps you from your true purpose. Here are the truths we must remember. 1. Your time and energy are limited. Like the tiny clay cup, you have only so much to give. If you spread yourself too thin, you become ineffective and exhausted. 2. Saying no is a superpower. No is not a mean word. It is a word that protects your yes. When you say no to things that don't matter, you have the strength to say yes to the things that do. 3. You are not responsible for everyone's happiness. People are responsible for their own gardens. You can be a kind neighbor, but you cannot be everyone's source of water. 4. Self-care is not selfish. Taking care of your own needs, your rest, and your dreams is the only way you will ever have enough strength to help others in a real, meaningful way. I hope Elena's journey helps you see your own life more clearly. Remember, it is okay to put yourself first sometimes. It is okay to set boundaries.
The people who truly love you will respect those boundaries. The people who only wanted to use you might leave, and that is okay too. Take a deep breath today. Look at your garden. Which flowers are truly yours to water, and which ones can you let go? You deserve to have peace. You deserve to have time for your own dreams. If you found this story helpful, please reflect on one area of your life where you can say no this week to protect your peace.
Keep growing, keep learning, and remember that you are enough exactly as you are.